Hello friends, welcome back to BioVidyalaya. I hope you all are doing very well. Here in this video we are going to discuss about one of the most important topics from genetics, that is pedigree analysis. And this is one of the most requested lecture video. So before going to begin, if you are new to my channel or you have not subscribed this channel yet, then please do subscribe and also enable the bell icon so you will get notification when I upload new videos. So let's begin. Pedigree analysis. What is meant by pedigree analysis? Pedigrees are used to analyze the pattern of inheritance of a particular trait throughout a family. So we are using pedigree to analyze the pattern of inheritance of a particular trait or a particular phenotype throughout a family. So we can say that pedigree is a family tree or a chart made of symbols and lines that represent genetic history of a family. Okay, so this is one pedigree. Here you can see circles and squares. So these symbols, circles and square represent people and the lines represent genetic relationship. Okay, so this circle is representing female and this square is representing male and this horizontal line between them representing mating. Okay, and this vertical line representing their children. So these two are their children. Okay, and this shaded one, that is representing affected individual. Okay. So this is the first generation, this is the second generation and this is the third generation. So we can represent generation in Roman numeral. Okay. So on the top of the pedigree you can see older generation and below the younger generation. Okay. And these are some symbols used in pedigree. Okay. So this square is representing male, circle female, horizontal line between male and female, that is mating, and here parents, these are parents and these are the children. Parents and children, and this is dizygotic twins, this is monozygotic twins, and here number of children, 3 female and 4 males, like that. Shaded one representing affected individuals. This is heterozygotes for autosomal recessive. This is carrier or sex-linked recessive. This is disease. That means recently dead. This one spontaneous. This triangle representing spontaneous abortion. 2 lines in between male and female representing mating between relatives, and this diamond shape that is representing sex unknown. Okay, so these are some important symbols, please try to remember. Okay, these ticked ones. Okay, I think before going to the details of pedigree analysis, it is better to discuss some basic terms. So let's do that first. We know that in humans, 23 pair of chromosomes is present. Out of these 23, 22 are autosomes. That is same in both males and females. And the 23rd pair, that is representing sex chromosome. And this is different in both males and females. Females have two copies of X chromosome, but in males, one X chromosome and one Y chromosome. Okay. And the father passes X chromosome to his daughter and Y chromosome to his son. So father is determining the sex of his kids. Okay. And we know that there are two types of alleles, dominant and recessive. Okay. One form of a gene may be dominant over another form which is recessive, and the dominant form would be expressed. So let's imagine that this capital B is dominant allele, that is coding for black color I, and this small letter b is recessive allele, that is coding for blue eye color. Okay. So this dominant allele is suppressing the expression of recessive allele when it is present in heterozygous condition. Okay. So a dominant trait will always be expressed in the offspring if the dominant allele is present, even if there is only one copy of it. So both in homozygous condition and in heterozygous condition, dominant allele will express. When a trait is recessive, an individual must have two copies of a recessive allele to express the trait. But this recessive trait expressed only in homozygous recessive condition. Okay. I think this is clear for you. So let's see how to identify an autosomal dominant pedigree. So these first three conditions are specific for dominant pedigree. Okay. And the fourth point is specific for autosomal dominant. Okay. First condition, affected individuals have at least one affected parent. So here you can see that this is affected individual. Here one parent is affected. Here these are affected individuals, both the parents are affected. So affected individuals have at least one affected parent. Okay. Second, two unaffected parents only have unaffected offspring. Two unaffected parents only have unaffected offspring. And the third condition is the phenotype generally appears every generation. That means traits should not skip generation. That is the third condition for dominant pedigree. This is applicable for both autosomal dominant and X-linked dominant. And the fourth condition, this is specific for autosomal dominant. Distribution of that trait among sex should be almost equal. So for autosomal dominant pedigree, distribution of that trait among sex should be almost equal. Here you can see that this trait is present in both males and females. So the distribution of the trait among sex should be almost equal. Okay. Next, condition for autosomal recessive. And the first 3 points are common for recessive condition. This is common for both X-linked and autosomal. And the fourth point is for autosomal recessive. Okay. So the first condition is unaffected parents can have affected offspring. Here, unaffected parents have affected offspring. You can see here. Here, affected individual is present, but here parents are unaffected. Isn't it? If both parents are affected, all children should be affected. If both parents are affected, all children should be affected. Both parents are affected. Here you can see that here both parents are affected. Isn't it? So all the children are also affected. All the children are affected. And the third condition, trait often skip generation. There is trait skip generation. Okay. So these are the 3 points or 3 conditions for recessive. This is common for both autosomal and X-linked. And this fourth point is for autosomal recessive. That means almost equal number of affected males and females. If it is autosomal, then you have to check whether it is affected both males and females equally or not. Okay. So these are the conditions for autosomal recessive. What are the conditions? Unaffected parents can have affected offspring. If both the parents are affected, all children should be affected. Trait often skip generation and almost equal number of affected males and females. Okay. So let's see what are the conditions for X-linked dominant. We already discussed the condition for dominant pedigree. First you have to analyze that. After that you have to check whether it is autosomal or X-linked. So these are the condition for X-linked dominant pedigree. First condition is male transmit disease only to the daughters. We know that in father both X and Y chromosome is present. Father transfer Y chromosome to his son and X chromosome to his daughter. Isn't it? So, male transmit disease only to the daughter. Here, trait is associated with X chromosome. So, male transfer his trait only to the daughter. Okay. Here you can see that male is affected, father is affected, and all daughters are also affected. Okay. Next condition, female transmit disease to half of sons and half of daughters. Okay. We know that female transfer her X chromosome to both uh, her son and her daughters. So, female transmit disease to half of sons and half of daughters. Here you can see that here mother is affected. Next, affected males have an affected mother. Here this male is affected. So here you can see that this affected male has an affected mother. Okay. Because in males S chromosome is coming from his mother. Okay. That's why affected male have an affected mother. And fourth condition, all affected females have an affected father or mother. In the case of female, there are 2 chances of getting X chromosome. One from mother and another from father. So, all affected females have an affected father or mother. Here you can see that this female is affected. Here her mother is affected. Here you can see that this female is affected and here her father is affected. So all affected females have an affected father or mother. So these are the conditions for X-linked dominant. Next is X-linked recessive. So here we can represent affected male as XDY and affected female as XDXD. So we know that in females 2X chromosome is present, but in males only one X chromosome is present. That's why in female 2 recessive alleles is required to express, but here only one. In males only one recessive allele is required to express. That you have to remember. So first condition is most affected individuals are males. Why? Because in males only one X chromosome is present. That's why only one allele is required to express. But in the case of females, 2 X chromosome is present. That's why 2 recessive alleles is required to express. That's why most affected individuals are males. Next, if mother has trait, all the sons also have it. We know that in son, that means in males, X and Y chromosome is present. And this X chromosome is coming from his mother, isn't it? And Y chromosome is coming from his father. So, if mother has trait, if mother has X-linked recessive trait, all the sons also have it, isn't it? There is no male-to-male transmission because in males, Y chromosome is coming from his father and X chromosome is coming from his mother, isn't it? So, there is no male-to-male transmission, isn't it? X chromosome is not coming from his father. That's why there is no male-to-male transmission. And fourth point, affected males have either heterozygous carriers. Heterozygous carriers means XDS or homozygous affected mother. Affected mother means XDXD. So let's do a cross between carrier mother and normal father. So we will get XDX. This is carrier female offspring. This is affected male offspring. This is normal female offspring. And this is normal male offspring. And here we can do a cross between affected mother. That means homozygous mother and normal father. Okay. So we will get XDX. XDX means carrier. Carrier female offspring. This is affected male offspring. This is also carrier female offspring and this is affected male offspring. So, affected males have either heterozygous carriers or homozygous mother. And one more point, affected female we can represent that XD, isn't it? So, affected female should have an affected father and also either affected or carrier mother, isn't it? Here you can see that this is affected father, this is affected mother. Affected mother we can represent as XDXD and affected father as XDY, isn't it? So, affected female should have an affected father and also either affected or carrier mother. Okay. So these are the conditions for X-linked recessive. Okay. Next is Y-linked. We know that Y chromosome is present in males and this males transfer his Y chromosome to his sons. Isn't it? So Y-linked trait that will transfer from male to male. So what are the conditions? Never skip generation. Second condition, only males are affected. Father transmit the disease to his son. Okay. So here you can see that all affected individuals are males. Okay. This is very easy. Next, let's see the condition for mitochondrial inheritance. First condition. Female transmit disease to all the offspring, both males and females. Here you can see that female is affected and she transmit the disease to all of her kids. All are affected. And male does not transfer disease and only the female transmit the disease. Here you can see that affected male do not transmit the disease to the children. No one is affected here. Okay. So, male do not transmit the disease to his kids. Okay. So, what are the steps for pedigree analysis? First you have to look for mitochondrial inheritance or Y-linked. If it is mitochondrial inheritance, then the trait will transfer from mother to all her kids and father will not transfer that trait. Okay. If it is Y-linked trait is transferred from male to his sons. Okay. First you have to look for mitochondrial inheritance or Y-linked. If you found it is not mitochondrial inheritance and it is not Y-linked, then go for the second step. Second step is to look if the gene is dominant or recessive. And the third step is look if the disease is X-linked or autosomal. So these are the three steps for pedigree analysis. First, look for mitochondrial inheritance or Y-linked. Second, look if the gene is dominant or recessive. Third, look if the disease is X-linked or autosomal. Okay. So let's see how to analyze this pedigree. First, we have to check whether it is mitochondrial inheritance. Here you can see that this female is affected, but all her kids are not affected. This is not affected. Only one kid is affected. That's why we can say that this is not mitochondrial, because if it is mitochondrial, all the offsprings of this mother should be affected. But here it is not like that. That's why it is not mitochondrial inheritance. And this is not Y-linked also, because here female is affected. We know that Y-linked inheritance is transferred from male to male. That's why it is not Y-linked. Next is we have to check whether it is dominant or recessive. Here you can see that both the parents are affected. But here only one kid is affected. One daughter is affected. Isn't it? So we can say that it is not recessive. Why? Because if it is recessive, then all the offsprings of this affected parent should be affected. If both the parents are affected, all the kids should be affected in recessive pedigree. That's why this is not recessive pedigree. This is dominant. Next, we have to check whether it is autosomal or X-linked. Whether it is autosomal dominant pedigree or X-linked dominant pedigree. Okay. Here you can see that this male is affected, but all the daughters are not affected, isn't it? So you know that if it is X-linked dominant, from the affected father, one X chromosome will go to every female offspring. So every female should be affected. We know that one X chromosome is coming from father to his daughter and one X chromosome is coming from mother to her daughter, isn't it? So if father is affected means all the daughters should be affected, but here it is not like that. This is unaffected daughter, isn't it? Isn't it? So this is not X-linked pedigree. This is autosomal pedigree. That's why we can say that this pedigree is autosomal dominant. Okay, so this may be heterozygous. This is also heterozygous. This may be homozygous or heterozygous. And this is recessive homozygous. Unaffected are recessive homozygous. Okay, so this is the way we can analyze pedigree. In our next video, we will discuss more pedigree questions. So here I am winding up this video. If you like this video and find it helpful, then please click the like button. Share this video with your friends and in social media. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Keep learning. Thank you.